Have you ever felt that heavy weight of loneliness, even while surrounded by people, maybe in a crowded room or with friends, yet feeling oddly disconnected? This isn't just a passing feeling. Loneliness has psychological roots and significant effects on our mental and emotional well-being. In today's video, we're diving into the psychology of loneliness, exploring why some of us can feel isolated, even when we're in the company of others. We'll discuss how loneliness impacts our minds and bodies, and look at what's really happening when we feel alone in a crowd. Stick around because we'll also explore ways to manage these feelings and connect more deeply with those around us. Number 7, the social disconnection theory. Psychologists often talk about something called the social disconnection theory. This theory suggests that loneliness isn't about the lack of people around you, but rather the lack of meaningful connections. When we're surrounded by people but don't feel understood or valued, it can intensify feelings of isolation. Number 6, emotional loneliness versus social loneliness. There's a distinction between emotional and social loneliness. Emotional loneliness comes from the absence of close, intimate relationships, while social loneliness is about lacking a broader social network. You might have people around, but if those close, deep connections are missing, emotional loneliness can set in. Number 5, the role of self-perception. How we see ourselves can heavily impact our feelings of loneliness. If we view ourselves as different or unworthy of connection, it can be challenging to feel truly connected to those around us. This perception, whether accurate or not, builds a barrier between us and others. Number 4, impact on mental health. Research shows that chronic loneliness is closely linked to mental health issues like anxiety and depression. When we feel isolated, the brain responds similarly to physical pain, which makes loneliness a serious factor in overall mental well-being. Number 3, fear of vulnerability. Sometimes the fear of being vulnerable keeps us from truly connecting with others. We may engage in surface-level interactions, but without openness, these interactions feel hollow. Over time, this fear can build walls, making it harder to form real bonds even in social settings. Number 2, the illusion of social media. Social media often amplifies loneliness, even though it seems to connect us with others. We see carefully curated snapshots of others' lives, which can make us feel like we're the only ones struggling. This sense of being on the outside can heighten feelings of loneliness. Number 1, the importance of self-connection. Perhaps the most overlooked factor is our relationship with ourselves. If we're not comfortable being alone with our thoughts or emotions, we can feel isolated even when surrounded by others. Developing self-connection helps reduce loneliness as we become our own reliable source of support. Now that we understand the factors behind loneliness, here are some ways to cope. Build meaningful relationships. Focus on quality over quantity when it comes to social connections. Even one deep, meaningful relationship can help combat feelings of loneliness. Practice vulnerability. Try to open up in your conversations. Being genuine and honest allows for deeper connections with others. Limit social media time. Reducing social media usage can help you stay focused on real-life relationships and avoid feelings of inadequacy from comparing yourself to others. Work on self-compassion. Building a kinder relationship with yourself can help you feel less lonely. When you're comfortable in your own skin, it becomes easier to connect with others. Seek support. Talking to a mental health professional can help you explore and address underlying issues related to loneliness. Thanks for watching. Loneliness is a complex and challenging emotion, but understanding it can be the first step to overcoming it. If this video resonated with you, give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on mental health and personal growth. Remember, real connection starts from within, and sometimes just understanding that is enough to start feeling a little less alone.